So this Thursday we got the Serie A Team of the Season Cup coming, and there is insane coins every single week without failure. So let's go through some of the investments. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free. With Amazon Prime, you'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So in today's video we're going to be talking about all the Serie A gold cards to go and buy for the Team of the Season Serie A Cup. The money on these sort of players are insane. Every single week they bang. You got stuff like Kimpembe last week. We look at stuff like Emre Can the week before. Just countless players being used for this cup. Doesn't even have to go out packs, just being used for the cup on the Thursday, which has insane coins. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through all the gold cards, talking about where there's holes, what are the sort of meta Serie A cards, to try and get that investment in as early as possible. So let's go and start the investment. So I won't be covering too much about the guys who are going out of packs. On top of that, I'll also have a video out on Tuesday, I believe, talking about which are going to be the best ones to gamble on getting an Evo. But without further ado, let's go and talk about the best meta cards. Regarding goalkeeper, I really wouldn't invest in much. Goalkeepers have just flopped for the last 2 weeks going, so I really wouldn't look at buying any goalkeepers. Moving on to centre-backs, there's a few players that pop to mind. First of one would be DJ Allo. Picking up DJ Allo for discard would be brilliant. Fastest centre-back in there apart from Tomori, and you'd be able to get him near discard. Second one, Breme, should be very, very close to discard. Again, one of the best Serie A centre-backs you can go and get, obviously who's gold. And again, near discard, so you're basically getting both fodder and a Team of the Season Cup player. Last one, obviously, kind of the best centre-back there, Tomori. Wouldn't be surprised if Tomori is generally up about 7-8k after the Cup comes out. So yeah, really, really nice buy there on Tomori. And Tomori actually probably coming out as one of the best buys for this Team of the Season Cup. Not maybe necessarily referring to return on investment, as in, you know, you invest 4k, are you likely to triple those coins? No. Are you likely to double them? Potentially. Whereas if you bought someone who's 1 to 1.5k, they're a lot easier to double, triple, quadruple. So maybe not the highest return on investment on Tomori, but I tell you what, he's easily going to rise in the hype. Bastoni is also not bad, but I do have Bastoni going out of pack, so I've covered him in a different video. So now moving underway with right backs, we're going to start off here with Lazzari. When we've had objectives in the past needing Italian players, Lazzari does really, really well. I don't know if this was going to show very well because, like, sorry, I guess it's more of a shadow. Oh yeah, regarding these players, defenders with a shadow, attackers with a hunter. Be more than happy to go and pay plus 1k more for any of the attackers with hunter and plus 1 more k for the players with shadow. So for example, you got Lazzari, 700 coins with nothing on him, but I'd probably pay up to 2k for him with a shadow. Because even if the gold card just goes, let's say, 700 coins to 1.7k, the card with a shadow would go from about 2k to 6k. The premium on these gold meta cards with shadows are insane. So Lazzari fits under that. Cuadrado, also nice card to go and buy at discard, and again would also be really good to go and pay up to 2k of his shadow. And the last right back would be Denzel Dumfries, again another card nice to go and pick up at discard, but we'd also go and happily pick him up for 2k with his shadow. Moving on to the last one, Di Lorenzo. Probably the best right back out of all of them, unless you're going for pace, and if so, that's Lazzari. But Di Lorenzo, again, we have covered in another video because we do think he's going to get a Team of the Season. But when I say someone's getting a Team of the Season, it doesn't mean they're not a bad investment. It just means I've already covered the investment, so I won't go on it too much on this video. You can watch yesterday's video if you're that interested. We now move to left backs, and you see left backs are a lot more of a rarity than centre backs regarding investments. But let's go through the pickups. So we've got ourselves Spinazzola, again another really nice discard player, the fastest out of all the left backs, I guess par Theo. So yeah, really good buy. And Theo Hernandez will do very, very well. Only problem for him is one, again, you won't be able to get too high of a return of investment with his max price 10k. And on top of that, yeah, he's just not going to give you the highest ROI really. It's just going to be a decent rise because of course he's meta. Also, favourite to get himself a Serie A Team of the Season. Now moving on the way with CDMs, Zambo and Greaser at discard, really good, really good with a shadow. Same thing with Benacer, really good with a shadow. Some really popular cards from the early game. Zambo and Greaser costing 8.5k and Benacer costing 7k. Anyone who's kind of expensive early games, quite a decent indication that the card will be demanded for these tournaments, because a lot of these tournaments people are just using what they used at the beginning of the game. Whereas obviously because no one's used gold cards for ages, you know, yeah, they kind of just go back to what they used at the beginning of the game. So Benacer and Zambo and Greaser being expensive at the beginning of the game makes them a good investment CDM. Cal Logru also favoured to get a team this season. Not that good for the tournament though. Now moving on to centre mids, and the player that I think will have the highest return on investment is Renato Sanchez. When you're watching this video, it might be about 1.5 and 2k, and at that point I still think he's a really good investment. One of the most hyped up Serie A goal cards in the game. Obviously again, talking about how much they're at the beginning of the game, he was 16k, so I think he'll do very well. On top of that, he's also got a decent chance of being used in an Evo, but again, Tuesday's video we'll be talking about the best players to go and buy for Evos. But yeah, Renato Sanchez probably has the highest return on investment out of any of the investments. Next player coming in, Rabiot. Rabiot has the chance of getting a team this season, would be great for an Evo, and again, really popular card at the beginning of the game. As a result, his gold card should do very nicely. And we go and end off the sentiments with Barella. Favourite to get a team this season, so I've already covered loads about him, but yeah, well-demanded gold card, could easily do well for the team season cup. A real lack of left wings when we look at it, but Zakaguchi picking him up at discard or 2k with a hunter will be a nice play. Then we head over to Chiesa, again would be a decent play. You can also go and pick up these cards even with hunters. Kind of like the best card who's not expected to go and get a Serie A team of the season, although they might go and give him a moment. And the other two cards you can go and buy, Kvaratskhelia and Leao, both players expected to get a team of the season. So yeah, a few decent left wings there. The nice thing about these left wings is a lot of them have that right wing utility. Kvaratskhelia got right wing utility, and Leao's even got a striker utility. So you cover multiple positions, which is brilliant because of course, when people are building teams, they can fit into one position or the other, rather than just being like only left wing and left wing. Now covering right wing, we've got both Anderson, again with a hunter for 2k would be decent, and then we're back to Chiesa. That's why Chiesa is really nice, because there really isn't many good right wings, so he locks down that right wing spot, and he locks down the best left wing, who isn't favoured to get a Serie A team this season. So it's a nice dual utility there. Interesting enough, when we come to strikers, there isn't really an out-and-out striker that I think is really that demanded. So it'd be the case of the vast majority I'd like to buy of hunters. I'd say if any of the discard bonds would do well, I'd say it'd be Okafor. Now the reason he'd do well is because there'd be people using him because they remember how good that card was, so they'd go back to using that card. But really it's just a case of a lot of these guys are good buys for 2k of a hunter, like Okafor would be good 2k of a hunter, Raspadori, Muriel, Delafeu would all be good with a hunter, Anderson 2k of a hunter, also covers right wing, making him nice. Lookman would be 2k with a hunter, which would be decent. Maybe Lukaku 2k of a hunter. They're not the best cards, that's the thing. And I mean, Leao, a nice investment there. Osimhen, a nice investment there. Both, well, Leao, Martinez, Osimhen, and Dybala. All four of these are favoured to get a team of season, so I've covered them in other videos, but they are a good investment regarding the team of season live cup. So, regarding selling these cards, the vast majority you're going to want to go and sell Friday before 6 PM. The reason for that is if we go and get cheap team of seasons in the positions of these gold cards, it's just going to go and crash them. On top of that, a lot of these golds are favourite to stay in packs. Because they're favourite to stay in packs, they normally crash with the supply. They then normally pick up from the Monday all the way through to the following Friday, but your best of is just go and sell them Friday at 5 PM. If you want to, you can go and rebuy them on the Monday, sell them the following kind of Wednesday, Thursday before 6 PM. If not, you just go and invest in something over the weekend. If the players don't do very well, you can just hold on to them and hope they fit the Evo on the Saturday. But yeah, that's about that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.